It's the Exit 52 podcast presented by Jimmy's Famous Seafood, going live here on a Thursday night, February 1st. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. That is all of that song that I'm going to sing. That is all of the song that I'm going to sing. Do not worry, anyone. Yeah, not going to make that mistake, hopefully. And fellas, my name is Jake Louque. My fingers are absolutely singed from the hot stove. In absolute danger of burning off here. Burnsing off, some might say, as the Baltimore Orioles have acquired ace starting pitcher Corbin Burners from the Milwaukee Brewers, former Cy Young winner, 3-time All-Star, in a trade that will net the Brewers Joey Ortiz, DL Hall, the 34th pick in the upcoming draft. But fellas, I'm joined by Spenny. I'm joined by Eric, who is currently clacking out a blog for onebarstoolsports.com on this. So I guess, Spenny, we'll start with you. I don't think either you or I or Eric really expected to be hopping in here or recording tonight. It's a little bit late on a Thursday, but I think we're happy to do it because this is kind of the move we've been waiting for. And Eric, just the other night, we hop in here impromptu to do the Rubenstein thing, and now we're right back in the saddle. Maybe that says something good about the new regime here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Spenny, yeah. I mean, go.
Sorry to throw you for a loop.
Go, Eric. Go. People want to hear from you, not me.
Yeah, true.
Oh, so
he's writing though. He's writing.
No. I'm paused now. I'm paused. But again, everyone's like, I had a conversation today. People are like, well, we don't know what the new ownership's going to do. You know, how do we know what they're going to do? We don't know who they are. It's like, shut up. Just shut up. You don't have any room now, like, to talk. This is the move. Whether it was Rubenstein giving like Elias some sort of okay, it's an incredible move. It's an incredible fleece. I said a fleece and a half. Banks was like, no, it's more. And again, like I love DL Hall. I like Joey Ortiz a lot, but DL I think is an awesome guy and he's a hell of a base player. To only give up those two and that 34th overall pick, which I assume is like a comp pick or one of the it's the competitive balance pick, I think. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, this guy won the Cy Young 2 years ago. All he's done is since that season is become one of the best pitchers in baseball. And again, I mean, all offseason, it was got to go get Cease. You have to get Cease. You have to. I think I was talking to, I think Jeff Arnold said it the other day where he like, I think the Orioles trade for a pitcher, but it's not going to be their guy on opening day. They just got their guy for opening day. No offense to Kyle Bradish, who finished third in the AL and Cy Young, I think, last year. No offense to Grayson, who's been great. Corbin Burners is your guy. You trade for him to be your guy. He's going to go 200 innings this year at least. He's going to be your absolute ace at the top, again, of a staff who now you can go Burns, Bradish, Grayson, Means, Wells. I mean, yeah, like sign me up for that. You can put Cole Irvin in there. This team just got a whole lot better, a lot better. And again, there were a lot of people complaining about how the offseason sucked, and it did suck. We'll be flat out. It sucked. Only getting Kimbrel and those minor league guys, but adding this makes I'm writing right now, but I said a new owner plus trading for like your for a Cy Young award winning pitcher and your opening day starter. I think the Orioles just won the offseason. I think they officially just won the offseason with those two moves, Rubenstein in particular. So again, I mean, you can look at his numbers right there. He's incredible. He's got the long flow. I can't Benny beat him for like Halloween or something like that. But it's a great move. It's just such a great move. I love it. I'm already thinking of like the Mr. Smithers, like, you know, Burns and all that. It's there's some connections here. There's some good stuff that we can do with this. So again, it sucks to see DL go. I really would like to see what he was going to do this year, but I think him up in Milwaukee, he's going to thrive. So good for him up there. Joey Ortiz, again, just no room. He was never going to play over Spur or Holiday or Gunnar or, you know, any of those guys. So for Elias to only get rid of those two, I mean, just bravo, Mr. Mike. Great trade.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, and Burns, I think recently he came to an agreement to avoid arbitration, so he is in that 1-year deal. So it's effectively a rental as of right now, but I think that's more than okay. And you mentioned the Rubenstein thing. Obviously, he probably didn't have too much to do with this. I don't think he's too knee deep in this kind of stuff yet, and he's not even going to really fully own the Orioles until he's not going to be the majority owner anyway until Peter Angelos passes away. He's only going to own 40% in the meantime. But I mean, it really it seems to me like this was kind of a recognition of a tonal shift, of a sea change here, where he's going to come in and things are going to be a little bit more serious as far as operations on the diamond go. And Spenny, you've been saying this going back years now, that's what we should be waiting on. And yeah, this is that kind of move. And it does suck to lose DL, but he does seem like a kind of a talented guy who things got off the rails for a little bit. There was some health stuff in there, obviously, and then he was doing some unconventional things with rehab down in Norfolk this past year and everything. And, came back. I thought he looked solid in that sort of rotational, bring him in as a relief man type role. But, I think the Orioles they're going to need a little bit more than that in this pitching rotation. They needed more than what they had last year, frankly. And I think this definitely is the type of move that I don't know if any of us really saw coming. I think we maybe expected something a little bit higher than what they would have gotten out of Gibson, but man, I mean, this is kind of the move that we all were really dreaming about, but I don't know anyone would have convinced themselves it was going to happen. He's got these flamethrower type numbers here. He just looks like that guy that's going to, walk in there and strike fear into the hearts of an opposing batting order. So yeah, I'm pretty over the moon with it. Spenny, your thoughts?
I mean, the price is fantastic. The player is fantastic. I just think that the two things that stand out to me, number one, if there's one thing I trust, it is the Baltimore Orioles pitching lab. And if they're going to make a deal like this, right player, right price, the patience that they've displayed, you just believe in what it is. And what is Corbin Burns? He's a fastball curveball guy, right? He does not get hit hard. He also strikes guys out. Over the last 3 years, he's a sub-3 total. I think he has 92 starts in the last 3 years, 3 straight All-Star appearances. He has a sub-1 ERA over that time. He's a Cy Young winner. He's under the age of 30. Like Eric said, he's been a workhorse. And now, to me, the thing I'm most excited about is that he takes pressure off of Bradish. He takes pressure off of Grayson, and we felt that pressure. And, hey, the Ravens kept saying, pressure makes diamonds or burst pipes. Well, now you've got someone who's been the stud. The pressure is going to make diamonds here, I feel like. Then you talk about Dean Kramer and John Means. And, hey, one of those guys, you'll knock on wood. One of those guys is probably going to get hurt at some point. But then we talk about, hey, guess who else they have? Tyler Wells, who is capable of being a great long reliever now, going into the pen, that type of situation. And lo and behold, if someone does need to go on the IL, that you can bring Tyler Wells in and it's going to feel seamless. So they are now deep, it feels like. Deep, talented, and young. Going to have that monster left field to work behind him as a righty. Having that big breaking ball too, that big curve ball that he has, that strikeout pitch that has been so dominant, feels like a great lift to add to the mix of what the Orioles already have with Bradish's kind of off-speed stuff. He doesn't have the best fastball. Grayson, more of a power pitcher that's still finding, between that changeup and adding the two-seam this offseason apparently. So the staff should be in a great place. And again, the value, even if he is just a rental, do I think that'll be the case? No. But even if he is just a rental, the value of the deal, the 34th pick is not their highest pick. That player would not be on the Orioles for a minimum of probably 2.5 years if they jettison up. And Ortiz, like you said, Eric, was log jammed. Great player. Love the dude's talent. I am excited to get to root for him. I bet he's going to knock it out of the park for the Brewers. Bet he's going to be a really sharp hitter, top of the lineup kind of guy eventually that could be a Gold Glover. And DL Hall will get a chance to get that nice refresh, someone that's gone through so much. So, Eric, I know you know these guys pretty closely, especially DL Hall. I feel like you probably feel pretty good for him to get a fresh opportunity now and go kind of maybe hit the reset button a little bit and get a chance in another way. So I just think on all fronts, value, what type of pitcher it is, what it does for the staff, everything, A+, out of this world home run. I draft Corbin Burns in fantasy every year. I love the dude. He's a fucking machine in fantasy baseball. I draft him in the top 2 round, usually second round pick every time. He's a beast.
He's awesome. Awesome. I can't say, and you nailed it. I can't believe I forgot Kramer. But yeah, I mean, it just makes the rotation that much better. Like, it's awesome. Again, I'm still just reading all the stuff, and I know we had a buddy who talked to DL, and he said he was pretty bummed. He said, he's pretty upset. He knows it's a great career opportunity for him, and I really do think he's going to have a nice career there. Because again, I mean, if you put him with Devin Williams in the back end of that bullpen, that's disgusting. I blogged it, but I said he's going to be on a lot of pitch ninja gifts very soon. Like, you're going to start seeing him pop up there a lot. That nasty, and again, Joey Ortiz seemed like an awesome player. Just not here. It's just not the right time or spot for him, or he understood. But again, it's just a good trade. It's so good, and again, it just makes this team that much better. And now again, they go out and add maybe another bat. I don't know where you can fit it. That would be, it would almost be a perfect offseason after just months and months and months of like, oh, this kind of sucks. Like,
and that would constitute three signings with Kimbrel. And like, really that does constitute, or it really does show just how close they really are. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that one more move really could have me feeling very good about them. And obviously you've got the big bad Yankees making their move. It's funny, when I went to go Google Burns for some of the research stuff I was putting together for this, it's all the articles, just like every offseason, Yankees could acquire star Corbin Carroll. Yankees could do this. Yankees could do that. And then like, what happens? The Orioles go and do that. I've been following this team for 20 years now. That I don't think that I've ever really seen them outduel the Yankees for a guy like this. You know what I'm talking about? And it just kind of, it really is quite something. I'm over the moon. I don't know what to do with my hands right now. And like, it feels like Mike Elias.
I just keep clapping and like fist pumping. I feel like Steve Ballmer in those like Microsoft.
You're like the guy on,
running in my fist.
Yeah. You're like the guy on Banks's video, the go Raven, go Joe, go Ravens, go everybody. You're just
everybody.
Unbridled joy, unbridled enthusiasm. Mike Elias feels like the handcuffs are coming off here a little bit. I know people have had their complaints about inactivity, especially as it relates to acquiring pro level talent. This is like, man, he's announcing himself in a big way with this one. And particularly, like, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but if they can get him re-signed, and Spenny, you say you don't expect it to be a rental, I probably would tend to agree with you. I'm feeling very optimistic about this club right now. My God, that would be amazing.
I don't even care if he is just a rental, because I think the aspect of having a stud ace, 3-time all-star dominant pitcher, being able to look up to him finally, and no disrespect to Kyle Gibson, and I'll even say, a Jordan Lyles there, vets that have done the darn thing.
Yeah, workhorses.
Exactly, but no disrespect. But now Bradish and Rodriguez are going to be able to look up to someone like that, see his routine, the way he ticks, to be a stud in their prime and what that means. So I think that's huge for the development. I do trust the Orioles, absolutely trust the pitching lab, like I said, but man, I can't give enough flowers to Mike Elias and the Orioles front office, because they were so patient. And like you said, people were starting to get antsy. The kernels were starting to pop. Got to do something, got to get an ace. Got to do something, got to get an ace. And they just waited and waited and waited and got right player, right price, right time. Connor Norby's still here. Jordan Westberg, like, they're still stocked. Ortiz, I love the guy. I freaking loved him when he came up. He's a good player. There's just not room for all these guys. They know it too. They've talked about it. They just know. So it just makes so much sense. And man, I'm just floored. I'm absolutely floored by it.
I'm just so happy right now. Like, that, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And again, I tweeted it. This is the first time I've ever put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I swear to God.
You should put your phone on Do Not Disturb more often, Eric.
Yeah, but then I looked down and I missed it by like 4 minutes. I felt like it was old news.
The news was broken to me by Banks. I keep annoyingly talking about. I haven't been on Twitter much this week, and so like I check my my group chat.
The Ravens don't even matter. The Ravens are dead.
They really don't. This might be what brings me all the way back. My first tweet since Sunday was just a picture of Big Daddy Dave, Uncle Dave Rubenstein, which he has just what a memeable face that man has in a good way. Handsome devil, silver fox.
He's Steve Martin.
He kind of is, Martin. Yeah. He's a little bit more. He's got a little more heft than Steve Martin. He's not super like Steve Martin's a little wispy, kind of a little thin. Even in his age now, he still looks good on Only Murders.
He's the businessman version as opposed to the thin actor version.
Yeah, exactly. He's
the dozen. He's the dozen mashup of Mike, Steve Carell and Steve and what's his name? Who were we just talking about? Yeah, Steve Martin. He's the mix up of them. I'm telling you, look at it. It's there.
I will.
Yeah. Shout out to Uncle Davey. Guys,
and this is an awesome point too. Rubenstein's no spring chicken in terms of age.
He doesn't seem like he's that old. Like, if you listen to him talk, he is sharp as a tack. Like, he seems like he's like
he is not a politician 75. He is
he's hot,
Logan Roy 75.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy's fun.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the Logan Roy, like, way younger, seems way younger than he actually is type of vibe. So, but
that's a great point. Why would he buy this team and then chew on his fingernails and sit around and read the newspaper? What would be the point of doing that? Why not?
It's life coming. It's literally life coming full circle for him. Like, he grew up in Northwest Baltimore, and then, he went on to bigger and better things in DC, and then, worked sort of on Wall Street. His firm was in DC still, but, he worked on Wall Street and everything. And now, like, it feels like this might be fully his focus, along with his hobbies of, collecting Magna Cartas and, historical things of that nature, that kind of stuff.
100,000%. And, just man, having that. It's also hilarious to me because what does Corbin Burners throw? His fastball is a cutter too, which is funny when you think about coming full circle in the history of the Baltimore Orioles with that pitch and the curveball and just everything, the flow that he has matching up with the Gunners and the Jacksons.
94 mile per hour average cutter.
His name is Corbin.
You know what I've reminded of with him? He's been linked to the Orioles for a while, and it always makes me think of when George Costanza runs into Corbin Burners in LA when they go on that talk show, and he's like talking his ear off about like when he inadvertently killed his girlfriend's cat, and he like didn't want to like pay for like the funeral or like so whatever that was, and Corbin Burners just goes out and absolutely nukes him on that talk show.
That's a good one.
Not to derail this or anything, but whenever I hear Corbin Burners, I think of Corbin Burners and specifically that episode of Seinfeld.
Corbin Burners is 6'4", 246 listed as a meaty boy. That's a big fella. He was a 4th round pick in 2016 out of St. Mary's College of Cali. He went to Centennial High School. He debuted July 10th, my birthday, 2018, at the age of 23 years old. He was the 704th youngest debut in Major League history. And goes out there 2018, goes 7-0 with a 2.61 ERA, allows only 4 home runs over 38 innings, has an ERA plus of 158. I mean, his career ERA plus is 129. The metrics are just through the roof. 11 strikeouts per 9 innings career, which has been 12.6, 10.8, and 9.3 over the last 3 years. So a little bit of a decline there, and whatever, still outstanding numbers. And boy, oh boy, I mean, the walks are not egregious. This year they ticked up a little bit. But again, you've got Adley Rutschman behind the dish now. You've got the Orioles pitching lab. You've got Sig and the boys up there cooking. So you just can't feel better about this move. And I don't know, in my like little Orioles group text, a couple of my friends from college and stuff, they're like, I got 3 texts. Like, why did we trade DL Hall? Things like, I think you're just bonkers if you don't love this deal. I don't know what there's not to love about this deal. Nothing. And again, even you got to feel good for the guys they traded getting out into a fresh start, better situation on a Brewers team that has developed well also and been able to develop some guys. So just really a win-win-win-win-win when you think about it and think about the guys they dealt. So man, oh man, spring training right around the corner.
Opening day starter?
Yeah.
Has to be. Absolutely has to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm into it.
What number does he wear? What number did he wear last year? Where is it?
What is he?
He's
can't remember.
30. Was he 30?
39, I think.
39. Yeah, 39.
Yeah,
all right. The big 39.
He can wear 39.
Oh, yeah.
I'll hit it.
By the way, the Orioles hitting Mike Elias with the big dog Tiger dap up tweet. It's so
did
good.
they? Yeah. I like
that. How good. I honestly forget how much fun the Orioles are on social media when they're buzzing. And
they do a tremendous job.
Like, Eric, you got me with the hose, it's over. And I just like forgot that you just do that, and it just made me immediately giggle. I was like,
well, they like to throw a tip of the cap to Arditti every now and then, like we saw.
30% of their content might have kind of trickled through our boy here.
Well, they made an overt one to him last year with a 2 out of 3 probably sweep. I know he still thinks about that every day.
Yeah, I got to get Rock his shirt. I told Rock I would get him a shirt with that on it.
Make sure you get the schmedium so the guns are just popping.
Yeah. Who, by the way, his streak was broken yesterday. Sad news. But just like Cal, his streak was.
Really?
He blogged like every day for like 13 years straight.
I know. What happened to his streak?
I don't know.
I think it was the day. I think it was the Rubenstein news got announced, and I think he said he just got like completely swept up in everything going on and didn't have a chance to. And it's almost like it's symbolic, right? Maybe he did that on purpose, like start of a new regime.
Could be, yeah. He probably could just use that as an excuse to be like, all right, I really don't want to keep this going anymore. The
Rock streak can just come to an end on the day where everyone's talking about something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, maybe there was like some kind of weather delay or something like that, or who knows, really.
I mean, at this point, there's
lights that I think his house went out. They said.
Yeah, no, weird. Maybe Kevin Costner was roaming around somewhere. Who knows?
So, I mean, at this point, what's left? Like, look to the bullpen, got your back end guy there in Kimbrel. Cano, we'll see. We talk about Wells a little bit. There's a couple guys coming back. We'll see. But I feel like that's where the focus goes. And, if they can just bring in one more really sturdy, not too old, not, and again, at the end of the day, I mean, they had Austin Voth pitching well 2 years ago. Like, I don't know. So I feel good about their ability to, Cano and himself, what was he? They identified him, had him basically change his arm slot a couple degrees, and then bang, 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 he's an all-star. So
before Wells fell apart, he was very solid in the middle of that starting group too. I mean,
yeah.
He's John Means whipping baseball. Is the 5 John Means? Like,
probably. I mean, with the health uncertainty, and it probably would behoove them to,
the other guy that I think of is Cade Povich, who's obviously been, a supernova rising up through the ranks. And now this makes it so that he can they can pick their spots with him. You feel like you're not desperate to get him up. I know Elias said that they did plan on bringing him up this year. Like 6 months ago, he made some sort of comment, just addressing the media. He was like, yeah, we plan on having Povich be a part of the rotation next year. So this just expands everything, takes the pressure off guys. And man, we've never seen that. We've never seen this in Baltimore.
No.
In my life, we're talking about like adding this bat in free agency, certainly. But I mean, like Jackson Holiday very well could be a bat, like a bat that is going to be
Kerstad getting a full year, could be a damaging bat too. And having a veteran's a little bit different, but I feel like having a veteran pitcher, like the Rangers bringing in Evaldi, this kind of feels like that to a degree. Yeah. Where you go bring in that vet at the top of the rotation, and it can calm things down postseason wise. And that's the big concern, right? I don't think Orioles fans or the Orioles themselves are concerned about winning 90 games at this point. Since Adley's come up, they've just been a fucking wagon. So now they're like, all right, we need that guy at the top to instill confidence in our rotation and be able to go give us that playoff dominant start. And sure, there's a couple guys you'll clearly take over Burns, but there's not more than a handful of them. That's one of the guys. That's one of the dudes in baseball that you want to have at the top of your rotation. Like, you've got a top 10 ace now, and what the hell, man? Just beautiful.
Yeah, I am in favor of veteran bat. I just wanted to impress upon people that like they're not bereft of talent in the the younger department anymore. They've still got plenty of guys coming up, and they're coming soon.
Spenny, I don't think you mentioned him. But they got McDermott too. I don't know if you talked about him. He's another massive arm who, like, there's a good chance he turns into a very good pitcher.
And so out of those, I think the realistic thing to do when you got two guys that have had their kind of growth is say that it's somewhat safe to say one of them will be an effective starter, right? One of the two should be an effective starter for the Orioles at some point. You feel good about that. So one of the two panning out. Look at DL and Grayson. And I mean, hey, they're still young, but kind of Grayson showed you he could be. You got two good quality young pitchers. One of them has a shot. They get up to that AAA level, and they're still that level of prospect, everything like that. So, man, oh man, what an exciting way to kind of start to segue into baseball season, into spring training and everything.
Couldn't have come soon enough, let me tell you.
Couldn't have come soon enough. So maybe this is a move that sparks the Orioles, man, to really actually do it. And I think there are some people starting to really feel like Elias was never going to make this move. I think that's kind of crazy. They've been talking about it for so long, and I just can't get over them doing it in such a calm manner and having the compensation be so fair, right? Two good players, a draft pick at the top of the draft for a really good pitcher. It feels fair. It feels good. It feels right. And Corbin Burners, Adley, Gunnar, Jackson.
Oh, he fits. He fits.
Austin, Cedric.
Who's gonna be there?
Oh yeah. We got
Heston gonna be there.
Oh yeah, I think Heston might actually pull through later. Yeah, Mountie. Yeah,
Mountie. It's the Chad Brads and everything else.
I'm telling you,
Grayson's actually borrowed his dad's Porsche. He's gonna roll through there with that. Looks sick, dude.
College Hunks Park at Camden Yards. Who says no? I mean, it's just the brand synergy. It seems that we'll haul your junk.
We've got Big Game Bengal in here who says he is not happy one bit. He's not.
Oh, I hate that for you, Big Game Bengal.
We hate that for you, BGB. You also he boiled it down to saying they traded away a defensive middle infielder and maybe, like he said, like a maybe good back end of rotation arm for an ace in baseball. He very much oversimplified it, but from an outside,
can I clear something up? Is he an Indy guy or is he a Bengals guy? I'm always confused by his name.
I don't think he likes the Bengals at all. I don't know who he likes off the top of my head.
Because I thought that right off the bat. But there's some all fact. Okay, that doesn't clarify. But if you can clarify in the comments, buddy, I would appreciate it.
I guess he's a Brewers fan, I'm assuming, because he said, very frustrating. I expect the Brewers to at least get Kobe Mayo back in this type of deal. I wonder if Erstad or Basallo are in the deal. And
New York guy, but he is a member of the Brew Crew, I guess. Okay, that's an interesting combination there.
There we go, BGB. But man, I don't know what else there is to say. I'm fired up. Strikeout pitcher who doesn't have control issues, has been there, has done that, and gets to take the pressure off of everybody around. It feels like a fucking fleece and a half.
It's such a good trickle down. Like, it has such good trickle down effect from everybody
all
in the
way
rotation.
around.
Everywhere. It's
Yankees
it's
fan.
so good by Elias. It's so good. The best.
Yankees fans have to be pissed. Yankees fans hate this. They get Juan Soto. Oof. But a move that you have to, in order, what the Orioles did last year, the AL East isn't going to have the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, not churning out those 95 win seasons. So you have to make these types of moves. You're not going to be able to, not that the Orioles aren't good and talented and well run, but you're not going to be able to just win 100 games in the AL East without this type of top of the rotation guy. You got Garrett Cole still in your division. He's the big dog right now. So you're not going to be able to simply sit on your hands and run through this division like that. If you expect to, you're insane. Eric, what we got?
You're getting a shout out for your dozen performances here from BGB, Eric. How about that?
Yeah, not this year. We didn't make it.
Let me add, Eric, do you guys think new ownership had any type of hand in this? Yes, absolutely.
Probably, yeah. I think this has probably been in the works for a while, but I think that had to have helped push it over the goal.
What I was told through the grapevine from my hashtag source that randomly DM'd me like a year ago is that there was a freeze on any type of move like this until ownership changed hands, any significant move. And that's pretty easy to say because the Orioles always are a low spending team. So it's easy to get away with that one. But the irony of it being less than 48, what was this? I'm losing track of the days. I've had a long
I think it's about 48 hours.
48 hours, right? It's less than 48 hours since the announcement of Rubenstein. It's too convenient for this not to have been the way. So,
yeah,
unbelievable, man.
Amazing.
We should all get Rubenstein haircuts.
How is your hair always perfect
tomorrow? I'm getting a Ruben tomorrow. I promise you that.
Ruben's tomorrow with a little hot sauce to make it burn.
A
Rubens for the boys.
I would eat. I could fuck up a Reuben tomorrow. Actually, I'm very
Brand Walker. I tweeted out the other night, and I said at 8:45. I said, where can I get it at 8:45? And Brandon responded with people won't admit it, but Arditti is a damn good Reuben. And I was like, listen, you don't have to.
You're damn right.
You don't have to convince me to eat Arby's, buddy.
I feel like I could. I feel like I could pull this off.
What a handsome bloke that David Rubenstein. He really is.
He really is. Yeah. Just a striking individual. Very disarming, but striking.
This is the greatest week or off season in general in Orioles in my lifetime, at least, as a conscious human being, which I'll say started around maybe 1999.
Yeah. I got to say it beats out the Dexter Fowler acquisition. I'll definitely say
Derek Lee, Vlad Guerrero.
Yep.
Miggy.
Miggy's now we're just guys naming. Now we're just guys naming.
We're guys naming guys. Yeah, we are.
Name somebody in the comments. Hey, everybody who's listening along with us, name the most Orioles acquisition that you can think of in the chat here. In that vein, let us know. We get Corbin Burns the same week Orioles ownership changes. Name a guy that you think of when you think of Orioles off seasons.
Trumbo
turned out well.
I know. I people were down on Trumbo, and I remember I was high on him.
Trumbo was a weird trade.
Here's a great one. Here's a freaking great one. Stu said Scott Feldman. That is a 10 out of 10.
I like Kevin Millwood from Ben. Kevin Millwood.
If we want to be guys naming dudes,
I remember that came down after the deadline.
Yeah, Junior Lake was weird.
Name all the dudes. We want all the dudes. It took a lot of dudes to get to a Corbin Burns as an offseason acquisition. There we go. Ty Wigginton,
Colby
Travis
Rasmus,
Snyder.
he was the big one in 2018. That was a joke. Man. Yeah, King Felix was in there. Travis Snyder.
It's off the Hall of Fame pitcher. You know, you know who it is?
Chris Benson. Wow. Elite.
Matt Harvey, The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Yep.
Crazy wife.
JJ Hardy.
Whew. Boys naming names. What's better? What's better than boys naming names with a Corbin Burns acquisition? Just smiling on the live stream here.
It's the best.
I don't think we have much else to say, but I'm just vibing and I'm enjoying myself, and this is amazing. I can't wait to read your blog, Eric. Johan Santana.
Oh, God.
Johan.
Johan was my boy. That circle change, baby.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Okay.
He should be a Hall of Famer.
Eric, closing remarks. We need your closing remarks here. Give us one more minute of stealing from your blog time.
It's just like you said, this was a trade that I think a lot of people thought that Elias wasn't going to make or couldn't make. And like you said, I mean, it just happened. Like you said, it seemed like they were handcuffs, whatever you want to call it. And while whatever happens with ownership happened. And like you said, it's no coincidence that less than 2 days later, they just landed like one of the best pitchers in baseball. It's not a coincidence. It's incredible.
Boys, can I do something on the screen real quick here that just got me real horned up?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Do it.
All right. This is more of a live stream thing. I'm going to go back to the top. I'm going to go to my Twitter. I saw something matriculating here, so I'm going to go share screen. Okay. We're going to go here. So I was like, I saw like Corbin Burns was tweeting, so I went to go type Corbin Burns here. Okay, we click it. He has already updated it, baby. Pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, we love that. Is that really him with 492 followers?
Oh, nope, I guess not. Maybe not. Is this account? I guess he got me. He got me. I got got.
No.
But still. I got got.
You got ball sacked.
Fake. I got ball sacked, but I loved getting ball sacked there.
You did. I already followed him on IG, so don't worry about that. I'll share that to the story when he does the post.
I got good, but man, Corbin Burns.
Okay, Eric.
Dude, he looks so awesome. He looks so awesome.
I didn't know that. I just you're telling me now for the first time.
And you know what? Hey, this is White Sox get for not trading Cease. So
yeah, Dave, you hear that?
I did genuinely think that it would end up being Cease, but it's one of those situations where it's linked too strongly for too long, so that means it's never going to happen.
You know what? They just wouldn't move off their Jackson Holiday block, right? Yeah, I mean, that's just everyone knows that. It's concrete information that's out there. They wanted Jackson Holiday, and they weren't going to get him. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Is this the most exciting? Is this more exciting than are we more excited for this year to start than last year generally?
Yeah, I remember we did the preview last year and we were all like, I wouldn't say we were lukewarm on it. I think we had them making the playoffs, but I don't think we had them doing what they did last year, Eric Taylor and I.
I was definitely excited. Opening day had a good buzz, but I feel like this is about to be ridiculous.
Yeah, this is like,
so much fun.
They've shown what they can do now, but now it's like there's real expectations here, but that comes with excitement.
John Means is your fourth, maybe your fifth starter. That is the best way to summarize the state of the Baltimore Orioles. I feel like Stu in the comments here.
Love it.
Absolutely. Is that a show?
I think that's a show. Is that how ball is done?
That's how ball is done.
Okay. So that's all you got? Any closing statements? Uncle Dave? Things of that nature? Nothing to say. You're like Jim Nance with Tiger, putting out. You return to glory. You don't say anything for 5 minutes. Walks off the green. Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Round of applause.
Like and subscribe. Throw us the likes. Throw us the subscribe. Like and subscribe. We appreciate it. We love you guys. Corbin fucking Burns, baby. Woo!
Yeah, throw a comment in the YouTube to get the algorithm pumping as well. Feel free to leave us
a tip. Video pops. Hit us up.
Yeah,
Juice us, baby. Juice us up.
Yeah, leave us a tip. We'll dance for it. We'll shake for it. We appreciate you all. You can find us on social media at Exit 52 Podcast across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I am at Jake Louque. That's Louque. Spencer is at Ravens4Dummies. That is the number 4. Eric is at EDITTI22. You can find Brian at Barstool Banks. Taylor at Taylor Smythe 10. And boys, I think we can officially say it. It is liftoff from here. We'll talk to you again soon.
Comment a random player of the Orioles that you just think of that led to this Corbin Burns deal. See ya.
Arrivederci.